Welcome back, everybody, to the daily show where I'll be doing updates and technical analysis on stock market. So before we get started, please hit the like button, and that is greatly appreciated, guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing so you don't miss out on other updates that I put out on my channel. And if you're really serious about trading and you want to support the channel, then definitely check out my link down in the description for Patreon. And if you go for that annual membership, you do save some money. And this is the only tier that is available right here. Premium Plus. This is actually a consultation, and this is just for the supporters. If you're just supporting the channel, then you can go ahead and join that as well. But the trade ideas, live trading, and all kinds of setups are coming right here on this tier right here, Premium Plus. Now, what do we have tomorrow? Well, PPI, that's coming out tomorrow, which is going to be cooked up. I can tell you right now, it's going to be really nice. Everything's going to be, in line or lower than expectation. So expect that. And then we got Jay Powell, which nobody even cares about him anymore. You can see he's going to speak. He was, a little bit hawkish last time, but market did not care because he doesn't have the cards anymore. Guess who does? This man right here. That is the one man show who's actually doing all that, moving the market back and forth. He crushed it. Now he got it up almost near all time highs within 3 weeks. So, this is the man you're looking at. That's going to move the market. And there is always like barrage of tweets comes out every day. Before it was, tariff, 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 and now pause, 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 and all the good news you can see right on my screen. Boeing strikes a deal with Qatar here, 787 jet deal, and a bunch of other news with Nvidia, Palantir, Elon Musk joining the party in Middle East. How good all things are looking right now, and the stocks are just rallying. Now there are some red flags. Well, you can see even though the market, especially Nasdaq 100 and S&P 500, grinding and going higher. Look at Dow Jones here. For the second day, it was down 0.21%. Russell was down 0.88%, nearly, 1%. And VIX was up on the day over 2%. So that is something to watch, how the market is reacting to all that. It just, tech-led rally. Then we got fear and greed index. Look at this, guys. 70. Almost getting into that extreme greed here on fear and greed index. Stock market, what do we have? Well, Dow down 0.21%, Nasdaq up 0.72%, S&P flat, slightly green, Russell down close to 1%. 11 sectors that makes up S&P 500. Communication services on top, led by Google. Technology on top. So risk on move. Consumer cyclical, led by Tesla. And you can see, rest. Healthcare again down another 2%. So if you're looking for a play and you can hang around for a few days, healthcare is the play right now because I think you're going to see a significant bounce here on healthcare very soon. Stock market map, what do we have here? Well, it's pretty much healthcare that's taking all the beating. Eli Lilly down 4%. UNH, it was up actually 4%. This thing went straight in the gutter today, gave up all the gains and then down. So it's a 5% move once again on UNH. And then you can all these names you can see. Big names, guys. These are big names, and all are down. All the money flowing here on Nvidia, AMD. They got a buyback. I think $10 billion buyback in shares. Google up 3.68% just a few days ago. They dropped it with the news, and now buying up that dip. Apple flat, Microsoft going up 0.85%, Palantir up 1.58%. And then if you look at it, look at this. AMD up, but where Intel, it's down nearly 5%. And then rest are pretty much flat to red. But this, half a percent, a little bit more than half a percent rally was led by especially Nvidia and Google and some weight to AMD as well, and some of these names here like JPM and Bank of America, but nothing from healthcare. And across the board, pretty much you can see red, pretty much red here to flat on a lot of things. Even consumer defensive, things are up a little bit, but not much. Only Walmart going up, and I think they had earnings or something, or tomorrow they might have earnings up close to 1%. And now let's talk about S&P 500. On SPY ETF, it's up 0.13%. So basically a flat day. But again, I mean, look at this 30-minute chart since opening. Lot of push back and forth, trading within $1 to $2. Just $1 to $2, just back and forth, nothing going on. Volume drying up, not like here where we saw massive volume. Look at this, it's drying up. And then candles are getting smaller and smaller. That's a big red flag for the market. Yields are going up for past couple days and the market also going up. So who's lying? And then you have a lot of retail traders, investors chasing buying calls here. Then you got hedge funds. They actually missed out on that rally and now they're trying to catch up. And whenever, these, couple things line up, yields are going up. You got hedge funds trying to chase and buy it. You got some retail traders, investors trying to chase it and buy it. Guess what? Market can flip. And market is up 20% from the bottom. If the market gives back 5 6%, it's totally healthy. It will be still in bull market and everything would be okay. Now I know if there is a pullback more than 6% that comes next few days, there is going to be people saying, "Oh, that was a fake breakout over daily 200 SMA." Let's just not go there. Let's see if we can actually get some sort of a pullback because last higher low pullback was right down here, that 509, 510. We slightly got under that, and since then, market just gapping up and going higher, and now pretty much just getting stalled out, not moving anymore. Candles are getting smaller and smart buyers, people that are smart, nobody's gonna go and chase here and try to go long. People are waiting with the money, smart money waiting, cash. They have cash, they're waiting for that pullback to get in, because if you get in here and then you get a pullback down here at 548, 546 down to 90-day pause candle, guess what, you're wiped out, right? So the best thing to do right now, just wait and see what the market does and if and when we get that pullback. Key zone to watch, and they were fighting for that zone today, especially bulls and bears, that 585, 586 zone, and so far that is holding into closing. If we can stay over that, the next stop 590 and then 595. That's how far upper Bollinger Band expanded up to now. To the downside, 585 to 586 gives up, then you're going to see this reconnection with this 5-day moving average, which is sitting at 577 to 576. And underneath that level, we might see a flush to close this gap right here at 567 on SPY ETF. On triple Q, it's up 0.60%, so it's up over half a percent, and now it's still going up. 519, we got a rejection, but if you look at my screen, what is happening here, guys? The big thing to note here that market not really pulling back that much, and if you look at my screen right here, let me just put this level right here, right there, that 515 to 516. You can see that was a rejection multiple times before, and so far we're pulling into it, and now they just keep buying the dip right here, even though it's not a dip. We gapped up yesterday, gap here at close to 508. We gapped up day before. I mean, gaps all over the place here on Nasdaq 100. So you can see now it's pushing, and we got close to it, 520. So that's the next upside target, and over that you might see a push even higher. And this thing can go. I mean, we all know how Nasdaq can go. And just leaving everything behind, leaving Dow Jones and especially small caps, and just keeps going up and grinding higher. The next level over that 520, 526. We get a pullback and gets under 515 to 516. In that case, we have a shot where things can pull back really hard down to this gap, 507 to 508. And underneath that, we have critical support and the 5-day moving average, which is at 503. And I'm not even going down here to this gap, which is at 491. And I think at some point, it may not happen, immediately, but you're going to see a bigger pullback here on NASDAQ 100. On Dow Jones is down 0.23%, and you can see it's already looking into this gap, already trying to retest 5-day moving average, which is sitting at 418.52, and pretty much just coming down, but it's really slow. Even though you're seeing a lot of selling on UNH, this thing is holding up, and that is due to one name, Boeing, right? So here on Dow Jones, critical level to watch going into tomorrow's session, 418.52, and then the gap full reversal can happen right here at 415. Underneath that, you're going to see more dump off down to 412, 410, and then 406 to this 20-day moving average. Over 423, it's gonna look more bullish for a move up to 428. So IWM it's down 0.89% and now closing just over this trend line and looks like it's looking into this gap which is at 202.28. So going into tomorrow's session, IWM gets over 210 and that's not the case. It's not happening. You can see rejection here, again rejection here, and now pulling back and looking into this gap. There will be critical support at 205 because of this blue line on your screen, 5-day moving average, and if that gives up and the trend line, you're going to see this gap full reversal can also happen at 202.28. There will be support at 200 and then 198. Key level to watch to the upside that needs to break. That's going to be 209 to 210 right up here on IWM. On VIX, it's up 2.20%, and market did go up. As a matter of fact, bunch of chop happening and not really going down where this thing was up finally over 2%. And you can see it's still holding over 18 bucks and there is a gap right here close to 22. So if this thing can hold 18, we might see that push up to 20 and over that definitely game on for a move up to this gap right here at 22 and possibly can go even higher. To the downside, 18 gives up, then you're going to see VIX heading down to 16 to 15, and that's not gonna be good for especially bears. And you're going to see the market going even higher, possibly going back up and retesting all-time highs again. So before we wrap up this video, I want to look at gold here, and you can see, I mean, this thing is just, coiling up here. And you can call this a channel or maybe even a bull flag, but it's just there. And you can see these, levels right here that is holding, which is at 45 pretty much right here, roughly 45. And then there is strong support at 43.67. Previous rejection now can act as a support. And also we gap down today, so there is a gap here. We gapped down before also here, gap at 49. So I think if this thing spikes back up, there is some opportunities right here on gold, especially to the upside. Now, if this thing gives up and this flag or this channel does not play out and, gets under this level, then it might be heading down to this key zone right here, 43.67 right here on GDX. And quick look at TNX here, which is up on the day 0.69%, and it's been going up for past couple days as the market is pressing higher as well. And that's not a good signal. So somebody here is definitely lying. We just don't know yet who's actually lying. I mean, it's over daily 200 SMA, it's over daily 50 SMA, and look at this, it's over 4.46. So if this thing can hold over that, it's going up to this high right here, 4.66, maybe even retest this high right here, which is at 4.8. So, TNX going up, and that is not a good signal, especially when you see tech sector rallying and this thing is going up. I mean, it just don't line up. So let me know your thoughts, how you guys are navigating in, trading in this market, and what do you think about the market? I would really like to hear some, thoughts that you guys have in the comment section. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll definitely keep you updated on stock market.